Hello snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Arbor Iguchi Pro. Got a little bit of a revamp from last year, so it's a little softer. And if you're shopping online, check out the description below this video because we put all the affiliate links there so you don't have to go hunting for them. This board features Arbor's system camber, and on this board it's a slightly set back directional camber. So you got traditional camber, that's going to give you all the load, pop, snap, and drive. Then you got the uprise fenders at the tips. So this is going to kind of bevel up 3 degrees, and what this is going to do is it's going to just reduce that edge bite. It's going to funnel out pow, and when you're flat on a cat track, it's going to reduce that edge drag there so that you glide a little bit faster. Then you have grip tech underfoot, so this is just added contact points that's just going to allow you to grip a little bit better when you're ankle steering. This board is available in 156, 158 wide, 159, and 162. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a day that was gray skies with the sun poking through, high winds at the top of the mountain. You had cold temps, chopped chunder, a little bit of leftover pow if you knew where to look for it. Perfect corduroy, lumpy corduroy, a little bit of ice, kind of just a mix of everything. And I used my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. Since last year, they've softened this up, and most notably that is between the feet. You notice that there's a lot more torsional flex. As this is a directional board, you do get a softer nose that progressively stiffens up to the tail. You're gonna be able to feel that torsional flex. You can really twist this board. That nose has a little bit more give than last year's model. And when it comes to stability, when you're charging around even on a groomer, you get a little bit of flap that reverberates underfoot. You get into more lumpy terrain, that's gonna reverberate even more. You're gonna feel that under the front foot. And when you get into pow and there's something hidden and you hit it, it jars you. Make sure you keep your knees bent. This is a fairly lively board. It's not gonna be as damp as the previous version. And you will feel that when you start to skip across just rutted out terrain, or if you're getting a little too wily in tight trees. This is a little bit more subdued with how it snaps compared to the old one. So when you roll back on the tail, it's not quite as abrupt. So you're not gonna get that big pop and spring off of it. You have to be a little more calculated when you're hitting a side hit or you're launching off a roller. You wanna be prepared that it's gonna have a slight delay to it. And when you do pop, it's ample enough, it'll get you up in the air. It does what you need to do when you're hitting a side hit or even if you're porpoising around in fresh snow. All right, so we're about halfway through this video. Have you given it a thumbs up? Have you gone down? Click subscribe, click the bell, got those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the programming that we're doing. Have you left a comment? You know you want to. Yeah, especially you. So go do that right now. The system camber being directional on this board kind of throws off the flex points of it. So you're gonna spend a little bit of time figuring out where you're gonna be balancing on the nose. So if you like pop a 180 or anything, or even if you're just getting sideways on a roller, you really have to figure out where the ideal sweet spot is, and it's very small. It's kind of a little bit north of this bison logo there, and you really have to leverage your weight out to get it to engage, which is interesting because the nose is softer. With the tail, you're basically sitting on it and pressing hard and leaning back, and it's gonna do more of a wheelie for you, if anything. If you know how to butter, especially in pow, you're not gonna have too much of a problem with it. You're just gonna have to be aware that it's gonna fight you. If you don't, you're probably gonna die, so try not to die. Can you carve on this board? Yeah. Is it gonna stand out as being good at carving? No, not really. It's like a board you've ridden and you know it can carve, but there's nothing revolutionary about it. The grip tech does work, and with that softer torsional flex, you'll find yourself ankle steering more, so it's nice to have that added contact there. When you're on edge and you're really ripping a deep hard carve, there's some limitations. Like you can lay it over to a point, but then it's just gonna kind of just be like, hey, I'm not doing anything more. Bring it back and transition it back over to the other edge. Short, tight, quick carves and medium carves are kind of its strong suit. But like I said, at the end of the day, there's nothing about it that actually stands out. It just sort of gets the job done. Rider in mind, this is definitely for the free ride rad dad. Someone that likes Iguchi, someone that might chase a little bit of pow, they might cruise a groomer. You never know what they're gonna do. They might even get the balls to go in the park and hit a small jump. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. This might be the version 2.0 and they made it a little softer, but there's nothing in this that stands out. It's just like, it's there, it's a snowboard. I'm gonna forget that this exists and recommend it. I like the previous version more. You could actually charge a little harder with that. Felt a little more damp than this. At the end of the day, it's just another all mountain free ride board in a sea of all mountain free ride boards. Like, sorry, just, it's uninspiring if anything. Comparable boards: the Ride Moderator, the Jones Flagship, the Salomon Assassin Pro. Recommended bindings: the Arbor Cypress, the Rome Katana FASE ASIM Wrap, the Union Force. All right, this has been my review of the Arbor Iguchi Pro for 2026. The 2025 version was better.